One of the things you cite in your book is you talk about studies that show the core force for making change successful and swift has more to do with hearts than heads and experience and feelings than data and analysis. That probably sounds contrary to what a lot of people think. Could you explain that for our audience?
Sure. We did a big study maybe a decade ago or so, in which we looked at, close to 100 different strategic change efforts in the mostly private sector, but also some nonprofits and universities and the like too. And we got enough data on all 100 that I separated them into, I think, 4 or 5 groups. The most successful, then the second group, then the third, then fourth, and then the least successful. And when I tried to compare the most successful to the least successful, and the difference between the two was huge in terms of results. What was most striking is that in all cases, you had relatively smart people who tried to think things through carefully. In the more successful cases, they were better at that. But that wasn't the striking difference. The striking difference was in the most successful cases, you had people basically engaging people's or creating experiences or communication or interactions which engaged people's hearts and in the process affected their feelings, which in turn changed their behavior in a way that was more dramatic and more powerful and more successful. And again, to go back to my comment, and I don't mean this to be a cheap shot at my colleagues or myself who participated in management education, but so much of management education, not only MBA programs, but in companies, comes from economics and from finance and kind of forgets the human element. And the ultimate part of the human element is the emotions, and that's the heart. And in this study that I was referring to, of the 20 most successful cases, the number in which the people involved created experiences or interactions or engagements which really grabbed people's hearts, affected their feelings, changed their behavior, and then got results that way, was 20 out of 20. You don't find that kind of result in small and social science research. I mean, it was so dramatic. And yet, if you look at the way that most businesses are run, it's as if they don't believe it or have never been exposed to it, and that's not serving any of us well today.